Hey guys, it's Mel. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, it's Monday. That means I've got my regular weekly packing video for you. I'm going to show you all the books that I sold in my eBay store over the weekend, tell you how much they sold for, maybe chit chat some stories about some of these books, and let's just see what we've got today. Okay, first book going out is an express order, so it's on the top. Excel Applications for Accounting Principles. Now this one is sold for $29.99 from memory, and it is going out to a nursing home. I'm pretty sure this is a nursing home that I've sent to before, but I do get quite a few orders that come from nursing homes actually. A lot of Western books go to the nursing homes, and also I find a lot of books in the large print also go out to the Western into the nursing home. So yes, as always, I'm putting a lot of express tape on. I don't want somebody to pay express and then it not to have enough tape and it get missed, and it's just something I'm paranoid about, so I put excess tape on. Okay, now let me go. Right, this is just a brand new book that's listed from my big bulk cages that I've got behind me that you can't see in the video. The Turret Fighters, Defiant and Rock. So this is part of the Aviation Crowwood series. I only just listed this a few days ago. So brand new listing. What's it sold for? $34.19. Now I need to go pretty fast today because I'm running late and I can't miss the Australia Post. Okay, what have we got? This is now my problem is that it comes up here and tells me what these have sold for, but if they've got them on a coupon, then sometimes the price is slightly different. I'm trying to make sure I'm giving you the accurate price that these have sold for. This one is Ecology of Soil Fungi by D.M. Griffin. Now this one is sold for $30 and it's been listed in my store since September last year. Oh, my labels are all, when it gets towards the end of the roll, they start curling and it's actually really quite annoying. Okay, what have we got? Principles. Right, now this book is called Principles of Electric Circuits. It's the 4th edition. It's been listed since September last year. It's got on my list sold for $29.99. So hopefully that's correct. I could have gone out on a coupon, but I don't think so. Right. What else have we got? Okay. This one is sold for, we've got the Hare Krishna Book of Vegetarian Cooking. I think this is an Indian cookbook. They do a lot of vegetarian cookbooks. Sold for $23.99 and listed since October last year. Indian is quite a popular niche for cookbooks, I find. Okay, now this one's just been listed this month. Hillary Rodham Clinton and State of Terror Louise Penny. Okay, that one is sold for full price at $19.99. Okay, got a multi-order I think here. What have we got? This is from a viewer. Okay, it's from Erin. Love your eBay channel. I'm not a reseller anymore, but I continue to watch and cheer from you from Perth. Take it slow and easy. I'm always shouting out at the screen, telling you to chill and put your feet up. I think I'd love to see a video of you having no cages, no piles, and no pressure, and taking us along on a journey of op shopping because you have the time. I hope that makes sense. Keep up your honesty and don't worry about what anyone else thinks. Oh my goodness, Erin, thank you so much. Let me show you. What has Erin paid for these orders? Let me check. $50.19. She's ordered Feng Shui, The Ancient Art of Placement, Oil on Canvas, and the Big Book of Painting Nature in Oil. So, Erin, I look forward to the day where I've got no cages as well. And as for Feng Shui, when I was moving into this warehouse, I was following this girl on Instagram, and she was like some feng shui expert. Anyway, I messaged her and I sent her some photos of this warehouse before I moved into it. And I was like, can you tell me please where the money corner is of this warehouse so that I can set the warehouse up, you know, with good vibes and good money making vibes. So they say there's always a money corner within the house. Anyway, this feng shui expert, she didn't have an answer for me. So I don't know if it was different because it wasn't a house and it was just like a big building and nothing was really positioned where it was meant to, but she couldn't help me and she couldn't give me any advice. So if anyone is a feng shui expert and they think that they know where the money corner is and if I need a money tree somewhere, I'm all about bringing in and gravitating towards the money this year. Help a girl out. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Erin. I really appreciate that. Okay. Now we've got Anne Williams Look and Cook, French country cooking. Like I said before, with the Indian cuisine being a popular cooking cuisine in cookbooks that I sell, the French is another one that is really quite popular, French cuisine. Rightio. And what did that one sell for? $21. Now this one is the Colour Dictionary of Garden Plants. This one sold for $12.60, listed since October 2022. That's been there a long time. So it's nice to find that one a new home finally. I'm sure it doesn't like sitting on my shelf as a home for that long. Okay, this one's just been listed since January this year. Came from my bulk cages. Australian Trees, the second edition. This one sold for $19.99. I tried to erase some of the prices today when I was like picking, just to make the packing process a little bit quicker for me. But I'm still double checking in case I've missed any. That one sold for $19.99. Did I tell you that? Okay, this one also came from Bulk Cages, the useful book, Songs and Ideas from ABC Play School. Now, I did find this one in the children's cages, and I kept it aside because I knew it wouldn't be one that I bundled up, but being vintage play school, I was also very aware that it would probably sell individually. I knew it wouldn't sell for much. But yeah, so it hasn't been listed long since March this year. Yeah, really quick, full price, $19.99. Yeah. Some of these twisty, curly things off. Righto. Okay, now, what do we got here? This is going out to Katrina, who orders from me very regularly. She's got a bunch of History Australia journals, the Journal of the Australian Historical Association. So there's a whole bundle of them here. Now, these were listed for $50, but she's got them on coupon sale for $30. Ooh. Okay. Radio, Katrina. Thank you very, very much. I hope they're interesting, those ones. Okay, what did I say? Those ones have been listed since September last year as well. So, what do we got here? Ragdoll. Okay, now this one's been listed since January 2025. Took a 10% off discount on this. It's just a fiction book here. Daniel Cole, Ragdoll. So sold for $17.99. Okay. Oh, this one came from the cages. I remember finding it going, would any iPod and iTunes for Dummy? And I remember finding it going, would anybody still want to learn about the iPod when it's not really around anymore? And look at this, guys. When did I list it? March. It's literally a brand new listing. Sold. Took an offer on it, coupon 10% off. Sold for $17.99. There you go. Doesn't matter if these things go out of date, people still want them. Oh, this is annoying, these curly labels. Now, I love this book. I remember buying it at a book fair. Let me see if it sold on sale. Yes, it did. Okay, so it was listed for $39.99, sold for $31.99. The New Bohemians, Cool and Collected Homes. Really, really pretty, like coffee table book, home inspiration decor. So sold for $31.99 and listed in October. So yeah, I remember buying that at the local book fair. And it's taken a little bit longer to sell than I had hoped, but it's a beautiful book. I think the person buying that one will absolutely love it. Okay, we've got The Heretic's Treasure and The Doomsday Prophecy by Scott Mariani. So 2 books there, same author, same series, I guess, or same set. Sold for $20, been listed since September last year. Okay, we've got a Thermomix cookbook. This one's just been listed in March as well, brand new listing. Everyday cooking for the Thermomix families. Sold a lot of Thermomix books lately. They haven't been selling for huge amounts, but they've definitely been churning over fast. I listed a whole lot of them at once. I actually had them set aside. They were piled up here for ages. I was going to bundle them. And I just didn't have time to bundle. And in the end, I was like, I'm just going to list these individually. It's so much faster for me than doing all the bundles. And I listed them individually and they've just, they've been moving so fast. So yeah, I'm really glad that I did. Okay, now I've got Amanda. Amanda is, oh my goodness, she's one of my best buyers. She's buying from me nearly every single week. I think Amanda has bought from me since January. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, I'm going to show you the books that she's bought this time because there's a few of them and they're going out in different parcels. And let me just tell you as well, let me see how much she spent in total. $130.77. She did leave me a note saying, "Hi Mel, I need you to list..." Oh, my phone. "Hi Mel, I need you to list baking, learning, creative books. I'm hungry and need some winter cravings." Love Amanda. So, okay, Amanda, I'm going to do my best to find some like winter warming recipe cookbooks or something. Okay, we've got Molds Medical Anecdotes. We've got Table Napkin Folding and Elegant Art. That'll be fun. We've got the River Cottage Handbook, number 3. There's a whole lot of those ones. Liqueured fruit, and chicken. 150 inspired ideas for everyday cooking. I love chicken, right? And Tom's not a fan really of chicken. Like, he'll eat it, but it's not something that he really wants. And so it makes it so hard for dinners because like I love just having like chicken with some like herbs and spices on them or some garlic salt or something, chicken thigh or something, cooked up, some rice and salad and avocado or something for dinner. And he's not a fan of chicken. I'm like, makes it so hard when somebody doesn't want to eat something that's such a, like, I'm so used to cooking chicken as such a regular staple, and it's like, Tom's like, I don't want chicken. I'm like, so it's like, I have to find, he likes a lot of veg. He could be full vegetarian if he could. He's been vegetarian before in the past and he prefers vegetarian foods, but I'm not as, I've always cooked with meat, I guess. And yeah, I need to find some nice vegetarian recipes, I think. Okay, this other bundle's also going out to Amanda. We've got 4 books here, all about rice. Rice and risotto, rice from risotto to sushi, rice and risotto, the best book, and the essential rice cookbook. So you can see why I've bundled those 4 books together. Again, 4 low-end cookbooks. Probably would have been quite hard to sell individually, all 4 of them. Bundled them together and put them into a value lot to try and help sell them. Those ones were still listed for quite a long time. Let me see if I can see. May 2024. So yeah, they've still taken a while, but Amanda's got them. Thank you, Amanda. Now, where's my tape? Okay. Right, last one today going out for Amanda is 5 Time Life cookbooks. Again, these are old vintage cookbooks. Can you see these ones? They've got different colours. I tend to find that these sell quite well as a lot. Poultry, fish and shellfish, soups, grain, pasta and pulses, salads, and cold hors d'oeuvres. So those 5 are going out as part of Amanda's order. So These ones, the rice cookbooks, and then the books before it, all came to the total of $130. Okay, Amanda, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, every week I'm so humbled. Every time I see your name, I'm like, oh my goodness, she's back again. Okay, I think even Tom knows your name now. He's like, yesterday where were we? We were doing something and like my phone was going ching, and he's like, that was your phone, and I was like, was it? Like it was in my bum, so I don't know why I didn't hear it. Anyway, Tom's like, hey, your phone's going nuts, and when I had a look and we got back to the car, and I was like, oh, it's Amanda. So even Tom knows now Amanda's my regular. Okay, now this is a great book. It's been listed since February 2025. Practical Self-Sufficiency, an Australian Guide to Sustainable Living. This one has sold for $40. It's a great price. I've sold this book many times before. And yeah, books on self-sufficiency and sustainability really can do quite nicely if you get the right ones. Okay, now this one's just been listed since January 2025, gone out on a 10% sale or offer. Harry Sidebottom, Throne of the Caesars. So yeah, sold for $17.99. Right, now these are going out to a repeat buyer named Angela. I don't know if she watches me, but if you do, thank you very much, Angela. We've got John Grisham, Theodore Boone, The Accomplice, The Secrets at Ocean's Edge, and The House of Correction. So standard fiction books, all new listings, I think, January, March, February. And these have gone out on my buy three, get them for half price. So these have sold for $30. Right, now these ones have gone out on my 40% off sale. So they've been listed since December 2022. I've sold these ones for like $16.99. The series is by Paul Scott and it is The Jewel Crown. Yeah, has 4 books, small books, has not been popular, haven't had any interest on it, don't remember anybody asking for any like offers or coupons. So finally found its home, only for $16.99. Rightio. Now, this one has also been listed since September last year. I've taken an offer on this one, $12. The River Revived at the Parramatta. So just a little one about local history. Parramatta's, oh, how long from me? Maybe a couple hours, 2.5 hours from here at the warehouse. So just some local history there on the river. Snack Power by Tiffany Hall. This book has sold for $15.99. Tiffany Hall was one of the, I'm not going to say judges, but like the coaches on, remember the old show, The Biggest Loser? And they had to lose weight? She was like one of the, did she do the Australian one? Yeah, she did the Australian Biggest Loser. So that's her book there, Snacks. Now, this book lot's been listed since January, sold for $26.99. It is 6 books, all by the same author, Barbara Erskine. 6 books here. These all came from the cages. So 6 books probably cost me 6 cents in cost of goods. And yeah, those ones have gone out only for $26.99. Not high-end bundle, but out the door. Okay. This one just been listed since January, J.D. Robb, Brotherhood in Death. Now, J.D. Robb is actually Nora Roberts. Nora Roberts writes as J.D. Robb. So this is a crime thriller and the series is called In Death. And very, very large series. I can't tell you how many books are in that series, maybe like 60 or something. It's very, very large. Books sell well as a bundle if you can get them in as sequential order as possible, and occasionally if I have double ups then I will sell them individually, but I do try and save my J.D. Robb so I can make bundles up and try and sell them that way. But that one's gone out for $17.99, 10% off, just listed in January. The Vegetarian Thailand Table, so just a little small cookbook here, more vegetarian food. And that one has just gone out on the coupon. It's been listed since, well, in April 2023, quite a long time. So I took a 40% offer on that, moved it out the door for $12. Right, now this is a Bible that I've only just listed in March, so it's only a new listing. It's the MacArthur Study Bible. It's really nice in this box and everything, but when I got it out to photograph, it's got one of these covers that's made of fake leather, and it's worn looking, if you see what I mean. Like it's a really nice Bible otherwise. It's got nice gold leaf edges. But I had to mark that Bible down in price just because of how worn it was on the front of it. So I've sold that one for $33. Probably could have got around $50 for that Bible if it had been like in a better condition, but never mind. It's still sold very quickly. It's really soft and comfy still. And yeah, $33 out the door. Right. Now, this one's just been listed this month, March 2025. This one has sold for $44. The Secret Language of Birthdays. Now, I think that there is 3 of this book in today's packing. I'm not sure. We'll have to count as we go along, but I know I picked the book several times. Okay, so that book sold for $44. This one is a brand new listing, January. This one has sold for $19.99. The Barbizon, the New York hotel that set women free. So, I'm not sure if that's... No, it's not I was just going to say, I don't think it's a non-fiction. I think it's a historical fiction. Okay, that one anyway. New listing, January 1999. Is January still counting as new listings? It still feels new to me, January. I guess we're coming to the end of the quarter. Now, let me see if I sold this one on a sale. This one has sold, where are we? So, this one's listed since January 2025. Came from my gardening cage of bulk books. Australian Native Plants, John Wrigley. Now, I had this one listed for $19.99. Took an offer for $15. It's a big chunky book. It's only a low end at $19.99. Even if it was to sell full price, that's still a low end book at $19.99. So I got an offer from it. I want to move that low end book along. There's no point storing a big bulky low end book. If somebody wants it, woohoo, let's take an offer. Right, here we go. Book number 2, Secret Language of Birthdays. So the other one sold for $44. This one has sold for $39.60. This one does have a little bit of text inside the book here. When you have multiple books like this, when I'm picking, I have to make sure I really get them in the correct order so I know I don't get them out of order, so I know, okay, that is the book that is being ordered by that person. I don't want to mix it up. I got to get it. Got to get the exact book that's been ordered by the right person. So $39.60 and $44. Let's wait. I think there's another one here. We'll see what it sold for. I got 2 books going out to Pamela. Pamela, I'm not sure if you watch me. If you do, thank you very much. If you don't, guys, these are from Pamela. We've got Women in This Town, New York, Paris, Melbourne, Tokyo, Madrid, and London. This is all like street photography of different women's fashion style. And then we got this little book, Black and White Lies, Self-Exposure, Long Exposure, Short Exposure, and some Indecent Exposure. So there we go, a couple of little books here going out. Now, what did we pay? Women in the Town, listed in January 2025. The Black and White Photography, listed in September 23. And paid a total of $30 for the 2 books. Okay, right, now, this one's just listed March this year. I've taken a 10% discount off this one. The Practical Australian Gardener, so sold for $17.99, came from the bulk cages. This one again, come from my bulk cages. This one is called Let Us Pray by Janet Nelson. It's a religious book, obviously. Sold for full price at $19.99. If you're new here and you hear me talk about the cages, I bought some bulk cages the size of like a pallet this big. Each cage holds approximately about 1,000 books. And I've been going through these cages, bringing books out to photograph and list and put into my store. It's a lot of work, a lot of work. Okay, ooh, 2 Jamie Oliver cookbooks. Now, these have been listed a long time. What is it? April 2023. I had them listed for $23. I've taken an offer for like 40% off. It's taken them down to about $14, I think it is. So Jamie Oliver, he is a dime a dozen. Actually, if you sell Jamie Oliver and you get a Jamie Oliver sale, you also need to like high five yourself, because there is so much more Jamie Oliver listed for sale than actually selling, right? So Jamie Oliver is a saturated market for selling books. It's a race to the bottom. It's all about who's got the lowest price, because you're competing with the masses of people. So you're competing with who's going to give it to you the lowest. It's very, very hard to sell Jamie Oliver. And if you get a Jamie Oliver sale, then count yourself lucky and give yourself a high five. So yay, high five me. I sold my old Jamie Oliver finally, because it went down to like $13.80 or something for 2 books. It's so cheap. Rightio, now we've got the Encyclopedia of Home Cooking. This is very, very old vintage cookbook. This one is sold for $15 and listed since November 2023. A long time, too long, out the door. Right, now this one has been listed since September 2023. It was listed for $74.99 and it is sold on the discount. So it's sold for $44.99. Now let me show you. This is Len Dayton's cookbook it's called Action Cookbook by Len Dayton. Now, Len Dayton, he's a popular fiction author writer. So it's quite unusual that he's got a cookbook. Thriller writer and cook extraordinary, turns from guns to gastronomy. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, it's taken a while to sell, September 23, but still to sell now for even $44.99. It was worth the wait on that one, because it's only a small book as well. Didn't take up much room on my shelf. Okay. The Secret Language of Birthdays for the 3rd time in this order. I don't think I've got any more of these left in my store. I've sold quite a lot of them this year, and I don't think I've got any more left. So the first one sold for $40. The next one sold for what? $39.60 or something. This one sold for $40. So generally that book does sell for around that $40 to $45. And because I sell it often and I know that I can get that price, I won't take an offer that's like really under the $40. So what, there was one for like $39.80 or something. I will generally know, if somebody offered me $35 on that book, I would probably hold on it, because I know that it sells fast and I know that I can get full price for it. So you kind of got to be smart. There's books that you just know. Well, this is once you've had practice at book selling. If you're a brand new bookseller, you might not know that. But I've got experience and I've sold that book 1,000 times. Not really 1,000, but I've sold it a lot of times. So once you start doing this for a long time, you become quite confident at what you can say yes to and what you hold out for. You know, what's the song, The Gambler? You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run, you gotta count. Anyway, Complete Middle East Cookbook by Tess Malos. This one's been listed since September last year. Had it listed for $50. It is a good selling cookbook, but $50, maybe I was a little bit high. I've sent it out an offer, put it on the 40% offer, which is probably too much. I probably could have just done 20% on this. Have sold it for $30. Probably a little bit low for that book. I probably should have held out, but anyway, $30 is better in my bank account than the book sitting on the shelf, isn't it? Okay, this one's been listed since January. We've got The Food of the World, a journey for food lovers. It's only sold for $24.29. It is a big, heavy book. So I'm always thankful when I move these big, heavy books. They take up extra shelf space, and if I ever need to move shelves around or stock take, or like when I move, it's always those big heavy books that become hard. So if I put I actually, when I'm sourcing now, if it's a big heavy book, or really can take that into consideration on whether or not I even want to put it into my store. And I have to be fairly confident now that that book's going to sell for me to buy a big, heavy book, because I've just learnt along the way that they can be a little bit of an inconvenience, and I'd rather just have the shelves full of small books. Okay, I need to have a quick drink because I feel like I've got a frog in my mouth or I'm going to lose my voice. You know, it's been a few weeks now since I've given up Coke Zero and Coke. And Tom and I went away on the weekend, and we'd been away all weekend. We did this massive hike, which is another story. And at the end of this hike afterwards, we got dinner, and all I felt like was like a sugar hit. And I was like, I need some sugar or something. And I wanted a Coke. And so I ended up grabbing a can of Coke. And I swear, I only had like 3 sips of the Coke. It was nearly full when I left it, because I needed that little bit of a fizzy sugar twang, but I only needed a couple sips. I didn't actually need like the whole can anymore. I didn't actually even really want to drink it or enjoy it or anything like that. It was kind of like, meh, why did I get this? So I've been drinking the mineral water, and I just really love the mineral water at the moment. It's doing the job, and I'm feeling better for getting off the Coke, like way better. Okay, now, it's hard to see this one. I'll put a little pop up here. These are little vintage Thomas the Tank books, little tiny books. So as you can see, they fit in the palm of my hand. These ones have been listed since September. I added them to the 40% off sale just to get them moving. So they've sold. They were listed for $39.99. They've sold for $24. $39.99. You can get that a lot of the time for those books. They're good sellers. But anyway, September's not that long to have in the store. I'm just, honestly, because of the quantity that I've got coming in, I'm just trying to move them all along. I'm kind of, ideally I'd like to have everything moving within 6 months, but up to 12 months realistically. But yeah, I really want it going within that 6-month period. So I'm being more aggressive on the sales just to help my sell-through rate, keep moving the books. So I've got plenty of room to come through for all the new listings that are waiting for me. Now, this is a brand new listing, the Inflammation Spectrum. Just listed this month in March, but I did take an offer. We went back and forth, we counted. And I took an offer finally for $15. I wasn't going to go any lower than that. Okay. Oops, nearly lost the label on that one. Okay, the Anatomy of Exercise, gone out on the 40% offer, sold for $13.20. It's been listed since April 2023. It's a little bit long. They used to sell really well for me, those anatomy books. And not so much anymore. Not so much anymore. There was a stage where they were really, really good. And now, I don't know. This is one of those things. Okay, this is a pretty good cookbook. Not cookbook. We've got Reader's Digest Back to Basics, a practical guide to old-fashioned self-sufficiency. So yeah, another book on sustainability, self-sufficiency. It's a Reader's Digest book, that one. Just listed in February, sold for $30. It's one of these books that's like square-shaped, and when they're square-shaped, they just don't slide in as easily to the mail list, so I always have to go up a size, so it's a little bit of a bummer. Right, this one's been listed since July 24. We've got Epic Meatballs, 120 next level meatball recipes. This one's gone out for $12.40. I've sold this one a couple of times over while I've been selling books. I wouldn't pick it up again. It always sells for like low $15 or less, so I'm just not going to pick it up anymore, even though the recipes look delicious, and I wouldn't mind actually a copy of that for myself. But yeah, I'm not going to pick it up anymore. Okay, now this one just listed in March. It was in one of my haul videos the other week where I showed you when Tom and I went out thrifting. The Complete Guide to Aromatherapy, 2nd edition. This book sold for $40. And yeah, like I said, just listed, brand new. I knew that one would sell. I just knew it. Right, this one's gone out. This has been listed since January this year. It's taken a 10% offer or sale, simple hydroponics for Australian and New Zealand gardens. So again, just a little one that came from the cages and sold for $17.99. Right, now this book, I've got a story about it that because I just bought it. This one's come from a viewer named Melissa, same name as me. I'm a long-time viewer of your channel. I started watching when you were still in the storage units. Wow, that was back in about 2022. I'm also a Melissa, but everyone calls me Liz, not Mel. And my family, they all call me Liz or Lissy. I know you've been struggling in the recent months with everything, so I wanted to buy something to support your business. Look forward to seeing you continue to grow and wishing you all the best, and congrats on becoming a grandma. Thank you, Melissa. That's awesome. Okay, she's ordered this beautiful book. It is very large, very heavy. It's on the flavors of Sydney. It's kind of like a recipe book, but also like a travel book, I guess, taking you around, showing you like favorite restaurants, bars with their signature recipes. Now, I bought this a couple weeks ago. Tom and I went to a book fair. I was going to film this book fair for you. We drove to Sydney for the book fair and I was going to film it for you. But honestly, we walked in. It was very small space. Everyone was like this. I don't even know if I would have got my camera up. It was very, very tight, very, very small. And when we went into the book fair, like I couldn't see any prices around. I said to the girl, how much are the books? And she says, $2 per inch. So they were stacking the books up onto a ruler and they were measuring them by the inch. And then Tom ran around. He didn't ask how much they were. He just filled up a big stack of them. And then he came over to me and he said, how much are the books? I said, Tom, they're $2 by inch. Like, be choosy with what you're buying because the bigger books are going to cost a lot of money. He said, $2 per inch. And so he went over to the man. I don't think he believed me. And he said, excuse me, how much are the books? And the guy goes, $2 per centimetre. And I'm looking there and I said, are they $2 by inch or $2 by centimetre? $2 by centimetre. So then I'm like looking at my stack of books. Tom's looking at his. Tom went and put all his away. I think he ended up buying like one book. He did get some CDs and some DVDs. I ended up buying 3 books. That was one of them. This was the largest of my books. The 3 books came to $20. I don't even know. I'm sure it wasn't even, like, I don't even know how they measured it. But they had like this ruler thing. And yeah, it was just very, very expensive. So we drove, it's probably a good 2.5 hours from here to go to this book fair. And yeah, just too expensive. Couldn't. Most of the books were fiction. And when you're paying like $2 a centimetre, it very quickly adds up and you have to be choosy. You have to know like how much. It's very, very hard when you just get down to the counter and they kind of like guesstimate what you're in for. So I really don't like pricing like that at the book fair. I think it's a real mistake. People just don't know, like they can't calculate it in a head. So if you are somebody that perhaps is somebody that hosts a book fair, it's so much better to price your books like as a flat, whether or not it's paperbacks $2, hardcover $3, or all books $2, or $1 for this, or kids books 50 cents, or magazines 5 for $1. You're better off just to have a set price. It just makes it so much easier for people buying, and especially when you can't put any signs around the room to say how much anything is. It's very confusing, and even the volunteers, one's telling us by the centimetre, one's telling us by the inch. By the time I paid for it, it didn't make sense for any of it. So $20 for 3 books was very expensive. So I'm glad this one sold quickly. I got my money back on that. But it was really cool because inside the book fair, I met another reseller that I've never met before, but I knew of. And so I was able to say hi to them. And then Tom jumped in the car because he was like, we've got to make this trip worthwhile. He jumped onto Facebook Marketplace and found a CD haul, messaged them, can I come get the CD haul or whatever? They said yes. We turned up to this lady's house and she was a viewer. So we got to meet her and her son, and wasn't she surprised when we rocked up to her house in Sydney to pick up her Facebook Marketplace haul. So the trip ended up being really good because we got some experiences out of it. But in terms of going to the book fair, there was nothing for me to film. I wasn't buying any books. I literally got 3 books when I walked away, so there was nothing to like, oh, here's my haul. And it was just too tight in there to be able to film it. So no video footage from that day, but did turn out to be a nice day trip. Tom and I got to like road trip for the day, and we got to meet a couple of viewers. So very cool. I'll tell you what else is funny. When I bought this book, the other reseller, whose name was Lynn, that we saw in the book fair, and I'm out the front going, I bought my 3 books, and Lynn's like, oh, I've had that one listed for ages, it hasn't sold. And then I listed mine and it sold straight away here to Melissa. So thank you, Melissa. I did have to send Lynn a photo, and I was like, Lynn, I sold the book straight away. Because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm out there, and Lynn's like, oh, I've had that book listed for a while, and I'm thinking, oh, here we go, I've overpaid for this book. And it's going to be a slow seller. Anyway, funny. Right, let me have a look at where we're up to so I can find this next order. What is this one sold? These are all brand new listings. These are sold for $40 for these 4 books. Going out to Leanne. It doesn't say she watches me, but if you do, thank you very much. We've got An Eye for Eternity, The Life of Manning Clark, so biography. Our Man Elsewhere, In Search of Alan Moorhead, full-hearted, free-striding, this is a book that sings. Wendy MacArthur, Don't Be Too Polite, Girls, a memoir. And then we've got High Performance Habits by Brendan Burkhard. This was a book that I bought for myself and then realised I already had it in my personal collection. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. Now, what do we got? Let's wrap this up. So, yeah, all of those books, March 2025, March 2025, March 2025, and one of them was from January. So 3 listed in March and 1 in January. So all very fast movies. On the coupon deal, she's got these. These have come under the coupon deal, one of the coupons, where you buy multiple, you get a discount. Right, this one has been listed since 2022. It came from my old hoarders haul, if you've been watching me for a long time. The Bedside Book of More and Meaner Insults. Sold for $19.99 at full price. Somehow missed going into the coupon sale, I think. But, yeah, back in the old hoarders haul. That was a long time ago. Still got some books selling from it, but it just goes to show that haul paid for itself so long ago. And the books, there's a few of them still listed. Not many, but there's a few of them still listed. Okay, this order came to $52.20, I think it just said. Austrian Cooking for You. Excel Cookery Book. That's an old, what is Excel? Was it an old brand of tomatoes or something? Maybe it was I can't remember, but I remember it from when I was like in the 70s. And we've got Bake Essential Companion. So this is going out to Michelle. Michelle watches me. Thank you so much, Michelle. I'm very, very grateful for this order. So a couple of these vintage old cookbooks. What have I got? These are going in a medium, so I might not put the plastic on them in case it sticks. There you go. Thank you so much, Michelle. That is awesome. Okay, wind down. I feel like I'm running behind, and I've only got like about half an hour to go before the post comes. Right, this one, I sold the next 2 books to the same buyer, but they've got 2 different addresses on them, so I can't bundle them together. But we've got Ferrari 1999. So yeah, just a large book, I guess, all about Ferrari. Does this one fit in here? Yep. Okay, so that one was listed for $39.99 but sold on 40% off. It's been listed since September. So I think that one came down to around about $24. This one is sold for full price. It's been listed this year since January. Sold for $29.99. Jaguar, Philip Porter. So nice large book again on the Jaguar. Ugh. Okay, sold $29.99. Did I tell you that? Right. Now we've got some Nora Roberts. These ones have been listed since October last year. They were listed for $50. They've gone out on like a coupon for 20% off, I think. So they've sold for $40. So just 6 large fiction books by Nora Roberts. $40 is pretty good for the old Nora. These 2 books have been listed both of them since January. Sold them, the 2 of them, for $37. Now they've gone out to Trent. Now Trent is a long-time viewer of mine. He's bought many times over the years from me. He even sends me like gifts and cards, and he's so lovely. Now Trent sent me a message saying this book here, The Survivors, Jane Harper, he actually was there while they were filming. They must be making a video, a movie on this. He was there while they were filming it, and he got to be one of the extras. So I'm so excited because I don't often watch films, but I'm going to watch this video just so that I can watch Trent, because I am friends with Trent on Facebook, and he is a dance teacher. He teaches young kids how to dance, and he does, and then he goes in all these dance competitions himself, and he puts the dance videos on his Facebook page. And so I get to see him performing, or I get to see his groups of kids performing in their national competitions and stuff. And I always love it because it reminds me of when my daughter used to dance and she'd go in all those competitions. And even though I wasn't the best dance mum, because I'm not a sewer and I couldn't really get into all those costumes. And as you can see, I'm not like a massive makeup person. So to do the whole dancing mum thing, you have to do masses of makeup and costumes and shiny nails. And it's very shiny life, and I'm not a shiny person. So I wouldn't say I was the best dance mum, but I still enjoyed it, and I love seeing my daughter up there shining in her face, and she'd stand right at the front and she would smile and have the biggest smile. And so I actually love it when Trent posts his pictures of his kids, because I know he teaches them, and I just know that I can just feel it, like they love it. And so anyway, I'm excited. Trent, I'm so happy for you that you get to be in that picture, and I can't wait. Please send me a message when that movie comes out, and I promise I'll stop and watch it. And I never watch any movies, so that's a big thing for me to watch a movie. Okay, thank you, Trent. You're awesome. Now, these books have sold for a total of $29. There's 2 of them here. One's been listed since May 2022 and the other since September 2024. We've got 75 must-see places to take kids, and we've got a bunch of Osborne readers, and these are like kids' early learning readers. So there's 5 of them in the box there. They are kind of like the Romans digging up the past. So they are kind of like a historical theme, I guess, those ones. The Ladybird historical ones can sell for quite high price. These are the Osborne ones, so slightly different. But yeah, those ones, she's paid $30 for those. And that goes to Belinda. I don't know if Belinda watches me. Thank you so much. Okay, this John Connolly book was listed in February. The Instruments of Darkness, sold for full price at $19.99. Really nice condition, that one. It's come from inside those cages again. In the fiction, got a lot going through from the fiction pages that I did. Okay, now, this was kind of odd. I sold one book, The Sugar, and then the next one sold as well. So I had 2 of these listed. They were both being old listings. One of them since January 23, the other one since January 24. I don't pick this book up ever anymore. I will never restock this book again once it's gone from my store. It's not going back in because it just takes too long to sell. I can't move it fast enough. But somebody's bought 2 of them, which is a little bit strange. So they bought both of them on sale. They both came down to $12 each. So they must have wanted a double copy. And thankfully I moved 2 at once. It's just a hard book for me to move, that one. Okay, now this one's been listed since February 25. Took an offer on it. Great Southern Land or Great Southland. That one is sold for $15.99 on offer. Fast selling out the door. This one, we've got a little Bible here, don't we? Let's see how much the Bible is sold for. Did it sell for full price? Yes, it did. It's just listed in March. So sold for $60 on full price. It is the New English Bible Standard Edition. And here you go, a little red one. It's got some plastic on the cover here. Small writing. I can't read writing that anymore. It's got gold leaf pages just on one side. But yeah, that one is sold for $60 and just brand new, listing into the store this month in March. Right. Okay. This one's been listed since January 2025. The Edible Balcony by Indira Naidu. Sold this book quite a lot of times over the years, but again, not a big seller. Definitely not one I would be paying up for a lot of money, if not, unless it came in like some kind of filler bag or freebie, I'll probably leave that one. Okay, this is a brand new listing this March. Everyday Math for Dummies. Maths books I have a lot of success with. They are quite popular. Different types of maths books. And that one full price at $19.99. That's about standard for those books on the dummies. Get somewhere around the $20 to $22 mark, I do. Right, now this buyer has paid $48 for these 2 bundles of magazines. Both of them have been listed since August last year. We've got World War II, and yeah, just some old coloured magazines. So they've got them on sale, but even still they've paid $48 even on sale. So they were quite expensive priced magazines to start with. And $48 to sell both of them together is excellent. $48 is excellent. Okay. Uh-oh. This is where the shipping label ran out. It's only half printed because the paper ran out. So just pull that off and put the full one there. Okay. Right. What have we got here? Right. 3 of the war books that have gone out. All new listings, all come from the cages. Larrikins in Khaki, Courage in the Skies, and Hellfire. So that one is a hardcover one, so it's slightly bigger. Now they've gone out in the buy 3, get them half price. Not all my books are available on that deal. It's only kind of like the fiction books or the books that kind of look like fiction but they're non-fiction, if that makes sense. So all books that are those standard sizes that I can fit together easily, 3 of them. And yeah, they're going out. All right. I forgot to put a thank you in that one. Right, there you go. I'm confused with this order. It's going out to Bronwyn. She's a regular viewer. She didn't leave a message, but she's a regular buyer. Bronwyn, if you're watching me, thank you very much. Jeez, I just made a mess of that one, didn't I? Okay, this book, From the Cages, just been listed in March. Pigeons, Doves and Quail. This is an ex-library book. It's got the stamps and the little ex-library stickers there. Sold for $19.99, but sold very fast. So that's great. Even ex-library, doesn't matter. It's still going out the door. Okay, we've got 2 Daniel Silver books. Again, just fiction, regular fiction author. These ones have been listed since January 2024, and they have sold on the coupon sale for $15.60. So, out. I used to bundle like authors, like the fiction authors like that, in lots of like 2 or 3. And now I don't. Now I try and sell them in bundles of like more, like 4, 5, 6, 7, sometimes even 8. Or else I sell them individually. I've moved away from just selling them as pairs. I'd rather sell them as individually and try them, put them into a coupon, like where you can buy multi-buy to get the discount, so then I can still increase my average sale price up to an amount that I'm happy with. So this one we've got Grandma's Special Recipes. This one's been listed since July 2024. Did it sell on a discount? Did. This one sold for $13.20. So the grandma books can be quite popular, grandma recipe books. That one's not as popular as some. But yeah, out the door. Okay, this one's also gone out on a 40% off sale. It's been listed since January 2024. We want to get this old stuff moving. The Lost Revolution by Vietnam, 1945 to 65. Was listed for $22. I think it's gone out nearly for $14. And out the door. All 3 of these books have been listed this March. We got Brotherhood of Warriors, Into the Mirrors, and Agent Sonia. So these ones, yeah, they've gone out on the buy 3, get them for 50% off. So sold for $30 for the 3 books from the cages. Nice and quick. In and out, in and out. That's what we want. Where are we up to? We've got another, guys, I'm nearly finished. I've only got a couple of little stacks here to go. The post office should be here very, very soon. Right, these ones have been listed since September 2023. This book has sold for $20. It is called The Food of France. I think that's 2 French cookbooks that we've got going out today. Both these ones are only quite low end, but still 2 on the topic of French cooking. And another Indian cooking here. So this one has been listed since March 2025. Took an offer again for $18. The Indian Vegetarian Cookbook. So multiple Indian books today and multiple French cuisine books. So yeah, very good. Right, popular cookbook here. Just listed in March. Sold for full price at $22. Country Women's Association cookbook. It is a little spiral bound cookbook. This book used to bring me more money than it does. $22 is a low end cookbook now. Once upon a time I'd get excited if I saw that book in the thrift shops, and now I'm just like, oh, it's another bread and butter one. If it's priced okay, I will buy it. If it's overpriced, I won't buy it. But yeah, sold fast for $22. Now, this one is also just listed in March. Heaps of books, have you noticed, that have been selling today that are just listed this month. Black Watch by Tom Ranulph. So that one is sold for $17.99, taking a 10% discount off that one. Right, this one's been listed since November 2023, so way too long. It's gone into the 40% off. Cordon Bleu Cookery. So that one has sold for $12. Not very much, not very much. Cordon Bleu. This is a good sale. This has been listed since March this year. It's a bunch of Garfield magazines, so little vintage Garfield. This is the second lot of Garfield. I got like a big lot of them and I split them into 2 bundles. Both have sold now. This one is sold for $68. $68. I'll just see if I took an offer at all on that one. I don't think I did. 68? Yep, full price. $68. Yeah, he can be worth a lot of money, the old vintage Garfield. Oh, here's the other French cookbook. Maybe when I said 2 French books, I was thinking I'd picked it and I hadn't actually shown you guys. Or is this the 3rd French cookbook? I don't know. But this cookbook here has sold for $12. It's an old one. It's an old vintage one. But it's gone out the door. Out the door. Okay, French. What do we got? I had to put them on the trolley, guys. I just had too much here. Right, now these ones have gone out on the sale. These ones have been listed since August 2024. These ones since September 2024. Now these are Geronimo Stilton. He's a good selling children's books. Even though these ones have gone out on sale, September and August it's not at the peak of being too old. Right, we've got a whole lot of paperback books here, and we've also got this set, which is they're thicker and they're hardcover. These are actually these ones. If you can get the hardcover books, even more. They're worth even more money. But the two of these together, I think they've paid $60 on sale. So, but I'm still really happy for that because I always pick up my kids' books for super cheap, really, really cheap. So, $60 for those. There's a lot of profit that would have gone into those anyway, even on discount, even sold on a 40% off. They would have been meant to be $100, sold for $60. But yeah, very good. Okay, these have just been listed this month, also in March. This is a bundle of vintage Barbara Cartland historical romance books. Barbara Cartland is a very, very famous historical romance writer. In fact, she's related to Princess Diana, the auntie or something of, I can't remember. Somebody will probably know in the comments, but she's like the auntie or stepmother, or she's somehow related to Princess Diana, is Barbara Cartland. And those books have sold for $39, and yeah, just listed this March, so really great sale. This one's been listed since September 2023, sold for $17.50. The Ultimate Book of Trees and Shrubs for Australian Gardens. So yeah, that one's been listed too long, September 2023. It's good to get that big one going out the door, especially because I've got a lot of gardening books here from the bulk cages. Right, now this one is sold for, this one's sold on 40% off, so it was listed for $29.99. It sold for $17.99. The Ellen Sinclair cookbook. It's a vintage cookbook, and Ellen Sinclair sold this book many times. She's got a few cookbooks, and she was a very popular vintage cookbook author. So yeah, she sells. She says, I mean, that one's taken a long, not really a long, September 2024. It's not that long, really. Right, now these three books have sold for a total of $48. So they're going out to the one buyer. We got Seasons to Share, Ready, Steady, Glow by Madeline Shaw. And this one is also Madeline Shaw, Get the Glow. I'm pretty sure this one, Get the Glow. Yeah, this one's just been listed in March 2025. 2025. These two have been listed a little bit longer. But, yeah, three books. Would I say a total of about $48? So that's great. Guys, we're nearly there. We're nearly finished. 3:30. Ooh, I was stressed I wasn't going to get them done today in time. Right, this bundle of books also listed since March. Three books. These have sold for full price at $40. They came from the cages. Now they are 2, 3, and 4. So I'm missing book 1 in the series, and they're by Marius Mules. Oh no, Marius Mules must be the name of the series, and they are by S.J.A. Turney. Anyway, $40, sold fast, out the door. 3 books. Woo! See you later. Never seen those books before, and who knows if I'll ever see them again. Okay, this is a great little sale, little bundle of kids' early reading books here. Now, these ones are by Scholastic, and they are called The Little Mates. Now, there's a bundle of them there. There's quite a few in that bundle. I'm not sure how many exactly, but these small books that are just held in the palm of my hand have sold for $49.99. So some of the little kids readers, they really can be worth quite a lot of money. Not all of them, but some of them are worth more than others. Those little ones are Australian themed, Little Mates. And yeah, those ones do fetch quite a high price. Okay, now this one's been listed since October last year. It is by Anthony William, Medical Medium, and this is the Cleanse to Heal. He's got a whole lot of books in his series, the Medical Medium book. This one I've sold for $31.50, which is a great price for a book. And yeah, I like his books. I've got the whole collection at home, and a couple of them I'm still yet to read, but I've got the series of them, and they look nice in my bookshelf. They're good quality books, and if he brings out another book, even if I haven't read it, I'll probably get it and add it to my collection with the one day when I've got time, I will read all his books. I have read a couple of them, but okay, that is it. I've made it in time for the post office. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are a viewer and you've bought something from me, thank you so much. I honestly am so very grateful for all the support. And once again, I am sweating, need a drink. And now I'm going to get these up to the loading dock, ready for Australia Post to come and collect. So yeah, Australia Post have been picking up our orders now for probably over a month. They had to close down the local post office because there was an infestation of lead, or they found all this lead paint or something in the back room, so they had to shut the post office down. So we've been getting the pickup ever since. There's pros and cons. It is good that they come and pick it up. The con for me is that I have to have it ready by the time that they come. So on Monday they do come later. They come between the 3:30 and 4, but it does add to me some extra added pressure when I'm doing my packing video that I can't be running late. And then on the other days they come earlier. They try to come around lunchtime, but we've had days where they've turned up at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes we're not done by that time in the morning. So there's a few cons, but overall I think we're pretty happy. The staff who come and do it are fabulous, very accommodating, very helpful, very fast, and it's all very easy. So I think even once the post office reopens, we will continue to do the pickup every day, but I think I'll be glad when the post office opens, so that if I do miss a cutoff because of my filming, because that's why if I'm going to miss one, it's because I'm filming and I'm just held up in the process. At least if once the post office is reopened, I can run it back up there and not feel like, oh my goodness, I've missed it and got to wait till the next day. So that is it. I'm going to get these up here and stop yabbering, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Another Monday bites the dust. Just another manic Monday.